begins 10 years after the events of Phantom Menace. Padme Amidala is now a senator for her planet, Naboo. After Count Dooku has his separatist group try to assassinate her, the Jedi reveal that there are not enough of them to defend the Republic against the new threat. Meanwhile, Chancellor Palpatine has secretly recruited Jango Fett to be the source of a clone army to protect the galaxy. As Obi-Wan Kenobi continues to train the young Anakin Skywalker in the Jedi ways, he finds he's taking just as many steps down the path of the dark side.
Alright, from that quick summary, let's go ahead and move on to, what was it again? It was the 1 out of 10 ratings, so what do we want to go and put for those? Let's go JR this time. What do you want to go for 1 out of 10?
Do we not want to say the name of the movie first?
No, I gave a summary of Phantom. I said, not Phantom. I said Attack of the Clones, and then I just said a summary. It was when you left the call. So what of the Attack of the Clones? What would be your rating?
I would give it a 5 out of 10 because I think that it is a solid movie and it does a lot of things right, but overall it's not as good as most of the other movies in all of the Star Wars saga, and it's got a lot of development to the story.
Yeah.
And that I think the saga needed.
Yeah.
But I think it does it in a very slow way. And honestly, seems like a lot of the characters are kind of stupid. I don't know. But, what was I saying? It has a lot of story development, but it does it very slowly, and I think that it could be better. And it's not as good as most of the Star Wars movies.
I was about to say...
It used to be my least favorite.
But then Rogue One came out. Yeah, but then Rogue One came out. No one likes that movie.
It's not as bad as I remember, but it's still pretty slow and pretty boring.
But compared to Rogue One, that thing's like the best movie ever, because Rogue One sucks, like, hard. No one really likes it.
Rogue One is bad. Rogue One is literally the worst.
Like, I don't care.
What is not bad? What is wrong with
you guys can have an opinion, you can say it's great. That's a good opinion, but it's wrong. I don't really care. Sucks to suck, mate, but it's wrong. Sorry. But, alright, Pete, we'll go ahead and say what's 1 out of 10 and just a quick why. Just say why you did that rating. Just do
1
really
out
quick.
of 10, I personally would give Attack of the Clones about a 9.5 out of 10.
Do whole numbers.
No.
No arguing until we get to later. That actually is the serious segment.
5 out of 10 because, well, this movie is really good, and I generally enjoy the whole character development thing, and I enjoy, how it shows Anakin's beginning journey to the dark side of the Force. That, I kind of like how it showed reasons why he started to turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like the whole kind of development of a Padme-Anakin relationship, though I felt that was kind of rushed.
Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rating because mine kind of goes off of that. Mine would actually, I don't want to say this, but it would probably be a 9.9. I know it's not technically a full number, but I can't give it a 10 because I have Revenge of the Sith at 10. And my actual reasoning, because I have pretty decent reasoning, is so Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones for people that don't know, actually was supposed to be named Clone Wars, and it was supposed to be about Clone Wars, like what the series is now, but they changed it to where, God, Emma, but they actually changed it, hold up, so they changed, Attack of the Clones, it was supposed to be Clone Wars, but they changed it so we could have a full series devoted to, Clone Wars, and that was just to set up.
About that?
No, I'm saying that was the point. It was supposed to set up both the next movie, Revenge of the Sith, and can we please stop talking in chat? That'd be fantastic. It was supposed to set up Revenge of the Sith, and it was supposed to set up Clone Wars. So I think it was fantastic, but I cannot give it a full 10. That was a 9.9. Alright, JR, please stop trying to date your coworker, and can you start us off with the next one, which is favorite character and why?
Okay. This I said the exact same thing in the last podcast.
Oh my god.
My favorite character is Obi-Wan.
Can you like give us
I
a
just gotta say the thing because there are so many, seems like very weird and bad decisions going on in this movie. Like Anakin deciding to,
no talking over. No talking over.
Sorry.
like Anakin and Padme deciding to get married. That was honestly pretty stupid. And Anakin getting all worked up over being bad boy, all that stuff. Seems like Obi-Wan is the only one in the entire movie who keeps a level head, and he's the only one who actually, I think, progresses the story. And without him, a lot of the stuff that happened, like having the clones to have the Clone Wars,
Yes.
wouldn't have happened without him.
Well, I mean, it still would have happened,
He's the
but
only one
Jedi
who's
wouldn't have known
actually
about it.
sane throughout the whole movie.
They would have known. Well, okay. Jedi would not have known
I
about
love
it.
the character of Obi-Wan, and I love Ewan McGregor. I mean, they're both. He plays the character very well, and it's a very good character.
Honestly, I don't.
So I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Honestly, I don't know who else could play Obi-Wan because he just did such a fantastic job, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
He literally. I wish personally they did more prequels because it was like if they did a completely Clone Wars movie recap for some stuff like live action with all the original cast, that'd be fantastic. Because CGI would be better and it would just look so good. But that leads us on to Pete. What is your favorite character and a brief reason why? A brief reason why.
Okay, so my favorite character from Attack of the Clones will be Yoda because of that one moment in the movie where he shows up and just kicks the crap out of Tyrannus. Like, he probably would have won had Tyrannus not done what he did to get away.
Wait, Tyrannus? No, just use Count Dooku.
Tyrannus, you mean Dooku?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, Count Dooku, but I like his Sith name better, so...
Yes, but most people don't know that by the name. That's why we didn't call it episodes.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, had Count Dooku not done what he did to get away, I believe that Yoda would have won because he wouldn't have had to worry about Obi-Wan and Anakin dying.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, personal character. Crap, I did not think this one through. I'd probably have to go with Obi-Wan. I would probably go with, again, Obi-Wan. Well, I didn't go with, again, Obi-Wan. But Obi-Wan because it's just, he seemed so... What's the word?
Cool.
Just such a badass, honestly. He was just so cool, and especially the bar scene with the assassin.
Yep.
That was literally so good. I'm just, God, I love Clone Wars, the
Everything
prequels.
that happens in the movie, a lot of stuff that, helps to add to the story
Was,
because
yeah.
Obi-Wan knew stuff, and Obi-Wan made the smart move,
Yeah, but I mean, Obi-Wan's kinda intelligent. I mean, you can't expect an intelligent character not to do intelligent stuff.
You don't know what Roman
And that's why I like him.
You don't know what Roman holiday is. Okay, but you can't say.
That's very innocent.
Alright, sorry. Next, further plot, crap. JR, that's what your name is. Least favorite character and why?
Starting with me again.
Yes, we're just gonna keep going with you first. Wait,
My least favorite character. This is a tough call, but Pete's probably not gonna like this. But I gotta go with Anakin
okay,
because
yeah, okay. Just don't interrupt, that's all I gotta ask, is please don't interrupt anyone while they're talking.
most of the development that happens to the character of Anakin, a lot of people think it happens in Revenge of the Sith. Most of it happens in the Attack of the Clones. We see how he's getting angrier and how he's becoming more fearful of his own feelings. And we see a lot of the stuff that leads to the dark side that we've been warned about this whole time. And I don't like that he seems so bratty and like he's not even trying to
Cocky,
be a
yeah.
Jedi. I think his soul has known all along that he is destined to turn to the Sith. And I don't like the bratty, childish development that happens to him in this movie.
Now, JR, I don't mean to like say your opinion is trash or anything, but like your opinion is trash and it's kind of wrong.
Okay, hold on. No, Pete, you can't just say that.
I want to hear. How's up?
No, back it up. Pete, you can't just say that. Everyone has an opinion except for the Rogue One thing. I see where he's coming from because he's kind of right. I don't like how cocky he's being. I wouldn't put him as worst, but I would put him as a very bad character. But I know, I completely see where you're coming from,
For
Jared.
the story, obviously, but it just gets on my nerves. And obviously, it gets better later on as the story progresses and he becomes more mature and all that. But
That's why it's your opinion and not like a fact of who's the worst.
yeah, it annoys me in this movie. It just annoys me.
Alright, so Pete, who's your least favorite and a brief reason why?
Actually,
Okay, so
could I hear why he thinks my opinion is trash?
Sure,
Could I just hear that?
go ahead. It's not like it's my fucking podcast.
Like what I think is wrong with your opinion is the fact that like you say Anakin's a bratty person and like immature and stuff. You don't think Obi-Wan's kind of told him that everyone believes that he's going to be the chosen one and the one who's like destined to bring balance to the Force?
Yeah,
Like,
so we
you
should
don't
have worked hard.
Yeah, see,
I mean, if you were told you were the one destined to bring balance to the Force, you'd kind of be a bit cocky too.
No, I'd be scared out of my life because if I screw that up, that's all me. So I'd be training my butt off and make sure I don't make any
I wouldn't
mistakes.
be as cocky as he is. I would be more humble and fearful. Well, actually, not fearful because that's what leads to the Sith. I would be careful.
Yeah, careful is a that's a perfect word. That's exactly how I would just be more careful of my action. I would probably try and aim for who Obi-Wan is. I would try and be more like Obi-Wan. If I knew I was like destined to be.
More like
Recording.
What? What?
Pete just muted himself.
That's dope. He said something about the recording, and no, I'm not going to stop it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, by the way, totally not part of Star Wars. I'm going to leave this back half open so we can leave it for storage and stuff. Like, this will be where we normally do stuff, and then this will be, like, storage and, like, some just extra stuff. Do you have any more quartz, by chance, while we're waiting on Pete?
I think so. Yeah, I have 11 quartz. I'll put it in the chest.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on to me, because I don't know why Pete's mic'd is mute. My personal least favorite, God, I still don't know why you guys said Padme last episode. Oh, God, who was even in that movie? It was obviously, Boba Fett. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably...
I forgot to... Can we mention that last movie we forgot to talk at all about the whole thing about the Gungans helping to win the fight, and we didn't even mention Jar Jar.
What?
We never mentioned Jar Jar in the last episode.
Oh, okay, yeah, so what I was going to say, actually, thank you, is the first, I think it was minute, I think I wrote down because I saw Jar Jar Binks. Literally, here's literally my exact notes. Okay, here, so, it's 3 pages worth of notes. Anakin is 17 between 20. Jar Jar Binks, great. I don't know. I feel like he just isn't, I played Disney Infinity. I had to, turn off the sound. His voice was so annoying during that entire...
Oh, yeah. I hate Jar Jar.
I don't like the way he speaks. I barely can tolerate Yoda's speak.
Yeah, I don't like Jar Jar.
But, yeah, but mostly for that, he's just kind of a meme, and no one really likes him for pretty obvious reasons. The first movie, I could see why, but, he's not that much of an important figure in the second one, because
he's kind of annoying.
He doesn't really do anything.
Okay,
He
I'm back.
doesn't do much.
Where'd
you go?
I just took out the jar. So what were you guys talking about?
Hold up. Next. Alright, the next one, which character do you guys think most impacted the story? And how? Not moving the plot forward, but just impact it as a total and made it better. Start with you, JR.
Made it better or impacted it? Which one?
Sorry, move
Anakin is the most essential character in the movie.
Yes.
So I would say that even though I don't like him, without Anakin, the movie would not have had the plot that it had. And I know you said it's not about moving the story forward, but honestly, that's kind of what it is.
Well, no, I only said that because of Obi-Wan. I only said that because I didn't want you to say Obi-Wan.
I think it's pretty obvious that he's the most essential character in that movie because the whole movie, it sets up the Clone Wars and it sets up that series and the Revenge of the Sith and like a lot of the other movies. But honestly, the movie I think is mainly about Anakin's growth.
Yeah.
Not growth in a good way. His growth badly.
Hold up, talking about growth real quick. Can we recognize the fact that Padme is like 10? She's 15 the first movie. I think Anakin's like 7. She's 8 years older than Anakin by the time they get married. I hope you just let that sink in. He's technically 17.
Yeah.
He's 17 or 18. That's why I wrote 17 between 20. But Padme's like max 28. That's like 28 years old. Like, Jesus Christ. A little too old. You get on a little watch list. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to be on that kind of watch list. It's not like your grandma's looking for the ice cream truck.
So for me, the character that impacted the story the most would have to be me, Skywalker.
Who?
Oh yeah, Shmi, his mom.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I forgot about that. That Anakin honestly got caught in kind of a perfect storm of bad events because everything that happens to him just points towards him losing his mind and turning to the Sith. He encounters a lot of situations that if he hadn't encountered, he would have had a better chance of staying on course to fulfill the prophecy.
See, now I don't.
He did fulfill the prophecy though, like.
See, I personally don't think he would have been evil, but I think you're right. A perfect storm, it just kind of screwed over him, and he couldn't handle. He was already cocky, and he just couldn't handle all that crap thrown at him, and he just.
I think he couldn't handle that. I think the main thing is that he found a girl that he really loves, but he's not allowed to love her.
Yeah, because
And
Jedi.
B, the thing with his mom, which obviously that would probably turn anyone to the dark side.
Yeah. If not, just make them stop in general.
Yeah, the only way that he could have made it through that is if he let go of his feelings for... Well, not feelings for... I guess I should say he let go of his mom. If he stopped caring so much that he would die, because he knew the truth deep down. He knew she would always end up dead. But he couldn't stop himself from trying to save her, and he blamed himself for her death.
Oh yeah, so talking about that, sorry, I don't mean to digress. But I actually said
I'm
that...
actually about to bring that up again. So you guys remember how last episode we were talking about how...
Hey, thanks for interrupting.
Helps me.
Yo, hold up. First off, I was trying to say something. Second off, what did you say?
So you remember how last episode we were talking about how they were trying to help Shmi and all that?
Who's me?
Like
That...
how they could have gone back and freed her?
Oh yeah, so that's exactly what I was about to say.
I was like about to talk about how in the Attack of the Clones, Anakin starts talking about how he has like visions of his mom in pain and like dying and everything. That's the perfect time to go back to Tatooine and help her. Like,
yeah, but at that point she's already been gone for a month. I mean, yeah, or no, at that point she's like already been taken. But like, I see what you're coming from. Yes, I was about to bring up the same thing.
Like, he could have gone back and like. It's also been shown in Attack of the Clones that Anakin has an obedience problem when it comes to his master.
Don't spoil Clone Wars, by the way, because you know not everyone's seen it. I was actually about to say, I actually mentioned this last episode, is that the Jedi, like, okay, not Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, totally, they could have sent someone to go and get his mom. Like, they could have saved his mother. It's not like, oh crap.
He probably mentioned a lot, like, hey, now would be a great time to go save my mom because we're Jedi and we can. But they'd just be like, no, focus on the mission or focus on blah, 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 whatever, thinking it wasn't important. And that's kind of their fault that he turned to the Sith, because that's the one thing that was holding him back the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in their defense, Anakin's actions are his own. Don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing any of his actions, but, like, he still had like the fact that he killed those kids and everything like that happens in Revenge of the Sith and all
Yeah,
that.
but we're not there yet, so you can't talk about that. You can't talk about that, so canonically we're not in that like headspace. So this is we're talking about before any of that.
Okay,
He killed the Tusken.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
the Tusken Raiders, like that's kind of on them because like
All that.
So, also the fact that he fact that he brings up, I didn't just kill like the men. He's like, oh crap, or he didn't say oh crap, but it was like I killed not just the men, and not just the women. I killed all of them. Like he literally was. You could see Darth Vader in him.
speaking of Darth Vader, can we just talk about for a second how cool of a name Darth Vader is?
Yes, you've already said that a multitude of times, and no, we can't till we get to the originals.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's my turn for Impact. I would have to also go with Anakin. I feel like that's pretty. We don't need to over-explain that. We just explain that. All right. Okay.
Anakin, she is definitely a good answer. I think Anakin is honestly the answer.
All right. I did put character development, but it's obviously Anakin. I think we can all agree that. What was good about the movie? Like, let's just see. Like, what do you think? What's some good points about the movie, JR?
I liked the combat and the idea of. Okay, so in a lot of the sequel trilogy,
Yeah.
there's parts where it's like there's a few people trying to do like this task, and there's not a whole lot of people left. And I like that the whole idea of they have to have hope because there's not a lot of people. But I like the idea of in Attack of the Clones, the big armies that they have and the big things that they're gathering together. And I love the scene with Obi-Wan on, let's see, what's the system called?
Geonosis? Geonosis?
Yeah,
No,
Kamino.
Geonosis. Oh.
I love the scene on Kamino. That's one of my favorite parts. And I love seeing how the clones seeing how it's explained, how they're made. And I love Jango Fett and Boba Fett. I think they're great characters. And I think that the movie has a lot of... That kind of leads me into saying... I was going to say the movie has a lot of good characters, which it does, but I think that... You know what? I'll say that. I was going to say the movie doesn't have a lot of really essential characters, but I'll say that.
Yeah, I was about to say, we have a part where it says it's not bad, so don't worry about it.
So we just go over the fact that Boba Fett in the prequel trilogy had more lines than he did in the originals.
Boba Fett. Wait, Boba Fett didn't say anything.
Yeah, he did have more lines.
More lines.
No, he didn't. He had 3 lines. He had 3 lines. In the prequels, he only had 3 lines because he said something about getting his dad's stuff. Then he said something to Obi-Wan. Then he had something about his dad's death. The originals has Boba Fett talking 5 times, and one of those 5 times is him going, like when he's falling into the Sarlacc pit. So, technically he has 2 more.
Boba Fett is not a very, essential character, and he doesn't even have anything really special. I just like for some reason, I just like the vibe of the character, I guess.
He's a good 13-year-old, to get in the van.
And Jango Fett. And all the clones. They're not Mandalorians, despite popular belief.
Yeah, I know. Well, they can't really be Mandalorians because, Jango Fett kind of takes off his helmet multitude of times. So...
Yeah.
It's not like... So, yeah. That leads on to Pete. What is 2 or 3 good things about the prequels?
Okay, so in Attack of the Clones, the parts I'd have to say were the best were definitely the lightsaber fights, because you can tell how well choreographed they all were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also the just overall fight scenes in general. Especially the part where they introduce the clones. That has to be probably the best scene in the entire movie. Because, it shows the whole thing that they were fighting against, so, they had no choice but to use it. or else thousands of people would die.
Yeah, I liked how they changed their minds with having the clones attack.
Yeah.
And I know, granted, the whole thing with granting the Chancellor immediate power and stuff isn't good because he's the Darth Sidious, but
Wow, what a spoiler! Oh my gosh, what a spoiler! It's not like it says it in the movie or anything.
yeah,
My
it's not
geez.
like you can clearly see it because they look nothing alike.
Yeah, it's not like you can. Oh wait, yes, you can Photoshop a picture on top of the other, and there will be literally no difference. Wow, what Photoshop will do these days? What good thing I would say? I would say probably the Geonosis fight. With the monsters. If you don't know what the Geonosis planet is,
Oh yes, dude, I can't believe I forgot about that.
I remember watching it and I was like, honestly, I don't even care. I didn't take notes for that 30-minute period where I just fill out my notebook. I did not care. That is one of my favorite things. It's just so
I
many.
can't believe I almost forgot about that scene. That is beautiful when they fight the monsters.
It's just even the thing after that where they're all just fighting all the droids. I feel like that's so cool. So all of them versus all of the droids. I don't know. It's one. I feel like it's one of the best.
Droid fight, but I can't believe I forgot to mention the whole just beginning of the Geonosis fight.
Yes. Thank you, Tyler, for bringing that up because that would have been a sin to skip over that. It's one of the best scenes of the movie.
Here's another very controversial belief. Honestly, I feel like sorry, I just bit my tongue. I feel like the CGI is perfect. The CGI in that movie,
You feel like what?
the CGI.
You cut out that, what did you say?
No, you're good. I was trying to say it again. The CGI, and this is a very controversial opinion. The CGI in Attack the Clones, I feel is perfect. You do have to remember this movie came out in 2002. That's
I actually agree about
Emma, please shut up. Thank you. Go back to the kitchen.
Bruh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh my god, welcome to a freaking joke. Oh my gosh. I just don't like getting interrupted. Jeez, no one take a joke around here. Okay, Jared, that was seriously a joke. Don't get mad at me.
I'm unsubscribing.
Oh my god, no, my one subscriber! No, I'm just kidding. But the CGI, honestly, 2002, for as much crap as they had to CGI, all those droids, all those clones, I feel like it was fantastic. I rewatched it, didn't even blink an eye. I felt like it was, if you made that in 2020, that's exactly the kind of animation I'd expect. It just looks so realistic.
The CGI is pretty good. I didn't know that there was unpopular opinions about that, and I didn't have any comments about that when watching it today.
Yeah, see, it's just
I didn't know that the CGI was something bad about the whole Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, I
thing.
know.
Yeah, that's one reason many people don't like Attack of the Clones. That's a plethora of reasons people don't like Attack of the Clones. Alright, hold up, times. Everyone just hush. Hold up, times. Jared, just give me a minute. Just give me 30 seconds. Hold up. Just give it. I had to do 2 separate recordings. Alright, alright, hold on. I'm gonna start recording again. Oh crap. What the F did I do? Okay. There it is. Alright, sorry. What were we talking? Oh yeah, animation. Alright, Jared, what was a couple of things that was bad about Attack of the Clones?
Something's wrong with the connection.
Am I good? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Emma.
It was slow, and some parts were kind of boring. And I noticed that anytime any development, well, actually, you know what? Forget it. I noticed that it would. No, forget that. I was gonna make some point about the scenes editing or whatever, but no, never mind. I thought it was kind of boring and kind of slow at some times. And let's see, what was I saying earlier? Don't remember what it was.
It was more focused on plot development, and it was really slow because of that. And
I was
Obi-Wan,
talking about what?
you were talking about how the plot development was really slow because they were focusing on so much stuff, and that Obi-Wan was really the only one who's kind of like moving the story along.
Yeah, the movie had a lot of development. What do I mean by that? The movie had a lot of. How am I trying to say this? It contributed a lot to the story of Star Wars, but it did it, but it did it in a way that I didn't like very much.
Mhm.
And there were it seemed like some scenes and some points were a bit useless. I'm not sure. It wasn't the ideal Star Wars movie for me, which is okay. But overall, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, and I don't have that many complaints about the movie. It's pretty good. I
Okay.
still think it's not as good as Phantom Menace, though, and
Okay.
most of the other Star Wars movies.
Okay, so for me, things I don't like about the Attack of the Clones. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to do with the movie itself, but more or less the editing about it.
No, it's got to be about the movie, bud. It's got to be about the movie.
No, like, let me explain. I discovered, like, some deleted scenes from Attack of the Clones, and those scenes were really good. They, like, showed Anakin meeting Padme's family, eating...
Okay, hold up.
her
No,
parents'
P. It has to be about the finished product movie. It can't be something that's not in the final cut. That's not the movie, though. That's not the movie. That's deleted
Should
scenes.
have been in the movie. That's,
Okay,
like, the
well, like-
only thing I don't like about it.
Okay, well, like, it's not in, that's the only thing.
Yeah, like, I can't necessarily speak really bad about this movie. The movie was just good in general.
Okay. Interesting. Hold up, crap. What did I put for what was bad? Hold up. Honestly, I didn't have anything that was bad, but I'm going to touch on something that you said earlier, JR. Hold up, give me a second.